You live local, but do you eat local, shop local, travel local? Well, join me and I'll show you how to join the local movement. You'll discover wonderful Kentucky and Tennessee-made products and travel-worthy destinations throughout our region right outside your back door. Not only will you get an inside look at how things are made, but you'll get to take part in virtual day trips, uncovering the people, products, and places that make our region so wonderfully unique. Support the local movement and go local with me, the Local Traveler. Coming up on the Local Traveler, we take a tour through all 9 regions of Kentucky and parts of Tennessee, all while staying in one place. We're at Kentucky Crafted the Market, which is becoming a hot spot for locals and a bona fide tourist draw, even attracting visitors from other countries. This signature Kentucky Arts Council event features the highest quality arts and crafts. But that's not all. There's also literature, music, film, and food found in and around the Commonwealth. More than 150 Kentucky crafted and select out-of-state artists make their finest work available to wholesale buyers and the general public. Join us as we not only get a tour of all 9 regions of Kentucky, but we also get to see some of the best crafty creations. Today we get to see firsthand exhibitors from all 9 regions of the Bluegrass, plus parts of eastern Tennessee. This event showcases the finest in arts and crafts, plus literature, music, specialty food, and much more. This really is like a local traveler's paradise. Excuse me, do you all serve umbrella drinks in here? When you think of Kentucky, horses and bourbon probably jump to mind, but the Commonwealth is home to even more. Did you know that Kentucky had the first commercial vineyard in America? Or that this state was the birthplace to Abraham Lincoln? There are so many hidden gems in the Bluegrass, just waiting to be discovered. There is only one is the Kentucky State Tourism motto, and this certainly applies to Kentucky Crafted the Market. This arts and crafts showcase and retail market was the first state-sponsored event of its kind in the country. People from all over the region have recognized it as a must-experience event. The market has won 3 Top 10 Art Fair awards from American Style magazine and has been featured 15 times as one of the top 20 events from Southeast Tourism Society. So I'm here with Mike Mangin, who is the Commissioner of Travel for the state of Kentucky, and I just wanted to talk to you about this event. I mean, this is a wonderful event. I know there's only one. There's so many only ones here in Kentucky, but this is certainly one of them.
This is a fantastic event. Our Arts Council is really a leader in the nation. This is one of the very few and the first arts event like this that's state-sponsored. It gives a great opportunity to local artists to not only sell their products, but also get a lot of great exposure. There's people from all over the country here today, retailers from all over the country that come in, so it's a fantastic event.
Absolutely. Well, it draws huge crowds from really not just the state, but all over the country.
Absolutely, and there's a map over there with people can put a dot on the map where they're from, and I think you're going to take a look at that later. And really from not just the United States, but all over the world. We have people coming in from Germany, from Canada, from all over the place coming in for this. Yeah, I think the estimate is about 10,000 people over the next 2 days on the retail portion will come through here.
Well, and what's so great about an event like this is you come to one place, but really every region of Kentucky is represented.
Absolutely. If you go through and talk to the artists, as you said, they're from all parts of the state, from Paducah, Pikeville, Berea. We've got 9 travel regions that we identify and name, and each of those regions has a very distinct type of artisan, I guess, or products that come out of them, and they're very proud of those,
Sure.
and we're very proud of them as well. But absolutely, this is a great event and to identify all parts of the state.
Yes, absolutely. And I agree. I think each region has its own personality, really, its own kind of profile. And so what's great is you get that all kind of melted into one here.
Yeah, it really is a great place to come and spend a day and just see everything that the state has to offer from an artistic and I hate to call them crafts because it's not just crafts.
Right.
It really is art. And it's everything from woodworking to, you see next to you here, the metalworking to photography to painting to jewelry.
Right.
Really, and even food. There are a lot of food aisles back here which with a lot of Kentucky-based foods. And it's a great, from my standpoint from travel and tourism, it's a tremendous asset that we can market to bring travelers to the state.
Sure, absolutely. Well, and I've got my credit card ready because I've already seen a bunch of stuff here that I want to buy. So,
well,
sorry,
there's
honey.
an ATM in the hallway.
Good,
So, yeah.
I'm good. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, Amy. Thank you.
So I'm here with Lori Meadows, who's the Executive Director of the Kentucky Arts Council. And wow, Kentucky Crafted was hugely successful last year. And judging by the looks of things, you're on track for another great year.
Yes, we're really excited about the crowds. We have more artists this year, and we have a lot of people here listening to music, shopping, having a great time.
Well, certainly you've gotten a lot of buzz just for being a great travel destination, a lot of awards, a lot of recognition. Tell me about that.
Yes, we've gotten over 15 awards from the Southeast Tourism Council, and we've received the American Style Award, first place, more than 3 times.
Wow. Well, and this is, I guess I'd heard from the Travel Commission of the South there that was it a top 20 event in the nation?
It certainly was, yes. So we're very pleased about that. This is our 31st year, and I think people know that we put on a very good show, and they're eager to come.
Absolutely. Well, and this is not only just retail, which is what we're experiencing today, but also wholesale.
That's right. That's one of the things that sets our show apart from some of the others. We happen to do both wholesale and retail. Gives the artists an opportunity to get their new products out there, and they place orders from businesses around the country.
Wow. Well, and you have people that truck in from all over. I know we passed the map, but you've got buyers that come in from everywhere. I mean, international, right?
Yes, that's right. We have some buyers this year from Canada. We have buyers from many states. I'm not sure the final count yet.
Sure.
Of course, we'll have to wait. But last year, we had around 20 different states that came in buying.
Oh, wow. And then visitors who come to actually purchase, they're coming in from all over the region and even the country.
That's exactly why. We've heard from people that they have their friends and relatives come in, spend the weekend, go to the show, and we do know that we have visitors from all over.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm excited to get in there and try to dive into the sea of people and experience some of this.
Well, I think that's one of the things. People can come and spend the entire day.
Right. Well, I'm ready. You've gotten me excited.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kentucky Crafted the Market features thousands of handmade items on sale to the general public. And you might think it's just a showcase for crafts. However, this event is a celebration of all things related to the arts, including music. Kentucky is the birthplace to bluegrass music, but you will hear all kinds inspired by our region on the Kentucky stage. More than 30 musicians and musical acts will play on the Kentucky stage. Coming up, we go from the stage to the market to see why last year's event drew over 10,000 people from all over the country. Today, we're at Kentucky Crafted. We just experienced the stage, and now we're getting ready to dive in head first to the market. We're going on an arts and crafts tour, all while staying right here. We're going to meet artisans from every region in the state of Kentucky, plus parts of eastern Tennessee. We start in the same region of Kentucky as the event itself. Our first artisan is from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Maynard Studios is comprised of a husband and wife team who specialize in hand-forged custom stair rails, furniture, and applied design. Their work has been featured in international periodicals and won numerous awards. Okay, I'm here with Corrine Maynard, and she's from Maynard Studios, which is right in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. That's where you're based out of?
Yep.
But you yourself are a architectural designer and blacksmith.
Yes, I am. Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the work. I see some of the, obviously you can't lug in all your work because they're attached to people's homes at this point.
Yeah, most of our work is architectural iron. Our shop specializes in custom railings
Sure.
and applied design, so it's installed in people's homes. This is a venue here with the architectural artists display to show some of our work, whereas we wouldn't generally have a booth at market.
But you have some pictures and you've got a beautiful kind of portfolio here of your work.
Thank you. Yes, it's fun, I guess, to flip through, show the variety of work that we can do from our shop.
Sure. Well, tell me a little bit about some maybe of your favorite pieces. I know that's kind of a loaded question because I'm sure you love them all, but do you have some favorites?
Right here in Lexington, we worked with a client who presented us with the challenge of a box of antique components she had gotten out of the back of a blacksmith shop when it has closed years ago. And she came to us and asked us to design a railing around these pieces that she had found. So it's a very kind of Italianette look.
Yes, it is.
Hand-forged acanthus sleeves, and really kind of a challenge for us as blacksmiths to use these components. And generally we create each piece, and this was a little different, but the fact that they were antique, they're not available on the market today, it was really
Sure.
quite an honor to be able to use them in her design.
Beautiful. I mean, just the intricate work there. Really nice.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We're excited to kind of look around at some of the other things that are here, and we appreciate your time.
Have a good day at market.
Thank you. The next region we're going to explore is in the farthest western corner of Kentucky, the Western Waterlands region. Ken Roberts of Ken's Fish Market makes one-of-a-kind metal sculptures. He worked as an art director, designer, and illustrator for years, but retirement has now afforded him the time to do what he really loves, art. One region over is the Bluegrass, Blues, and Barbecue region, home to It's a Jungle Clayworks. Bill and Renee Bliznick enjoy creating one-of-a-kind function pieces that have a sense of humor. Animal lovers will love these stoneware clay creations that are food safe and ready to be adopted. Next, we chat with Mark Whitley of the Cave, Lakes, and Corvette region and learn more about this talented Bowling Green wood and furniture artist. I'm here with Mark Whitley of Mark Whitley Limited Edition Furniture, and you're from Bowling Green, right?
Yes, Miss Grove.
Okay, so you're in the Bowling Green area and you do some beautiful woodworking.
Thank
It's
you.
gorgeous. Tell me a little bit about how you got into this.
I grew up in a cabinet shop. I've been working with wood since I was about 4 years old.
Okay.
I've been a pro now for 13 years,
Wow.
and I've been exhibiting for about 7 years. But
Okay.
it's a good life.
Yeah.
Every piece I build is unique. I design everything. It's all one of a kind. I do corporate commissions. I do a lot of liturgical furniture, communion tables, and lecterns and pulpits for churches. And then most of my work goes in private residences.
Well, tell me a little bit about some of the work that's here. I mean, these things are just beautiful. Can you talk to me, like that table, for instance, is gorgeous. I love how there's the naturalness of the wood can really be exposed, and yet you've made it such an art piece.
Well, on a table like this one, what I was doing is exploring how far I could push the limits of three-dimensional bent lamination, which is what the base is. It's all walnut, even though it looks like steel.
Oh, wow.
The top is a dyed maple that I've sort of developed my own technique of stitching together the wood when there's a crack.
Yeah, I love that.
And then using fire hose and vacuum pressure to laminate the curved pieces underneath.
Well, how do you approach design? I mean, do you just let the piece kind of speak to you, or I mean, you have to be probably pretty strategic when you're working with something like wood.
Well, design for me starts with the space it's going to live in.
Okay.
So I visit the home, the church, the corporate headquarters, and I view the space. I think about what function this piece of furniture needs to serve, and then, I have certain movements, certain curves, certain techniques that I use over and over again in different ways, lots of different
Sure.
ways. And so that's the challenge. That's why I do it every day.
Sure. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Right next door is Kentucky's southern shoreline region, home to David Waltz of the Heart's Image in Columbia, Kentucky. David creates intricate and exquisite sculptures, teapots, vases, and much more. He says his career with ceramics has allowed him to find adventure through artistic expression. The next region over is Daniel Boone Country, which is home to Wildflowers by Luann. Luann Vermillion works in Whitesburg, Kentucky, with handmade paper created from recycled fiber and wildflower inclusions. Each piece is handmade with actual flowers and plants grown in the mountains of Kentucky. We are continuing our tour of the regions of Kentucky and parts of eastern Tennessee today at Kentucky Crafted the Market. We have visited 7 of the 9 regions so far and experienced some wonderful arts and crafts and some toe-tapping music. But there is plenty more to be discovered, including some delicious Kentucky Proud food. But first, we talk with Eugene King of Appalachian Mountain Crafts from Pikeville, who's in the Kentucky's Appalachian region.
Well, I'm here with Eugene King of Appalachian Mountain Crafts, and wow, you have a really neat booth here. I know you kind of designed this yourself, right?
We designed our carts. Our theme this year is the old street vendors' carts to display our products.
Well, good. Well, you are from Pikeville.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a lot of connection to Pikeville tourism and just the things happening there. I know Hatfield and McCoy has certainly been a great boom there of people just coming in and being interested in the area. Tell me about what you do for them.
Well, for the Pike County Tourism Office, we make the rubber band guns, pop guns, and we have the Hatfield and McCoy logo on them. I grew up with knowing both sides of the Hatfield and McCoys, so we do a lot of things for our local area.
Well, I'm excited to browse through here. I think there's quite a few things I could add to my kitchen.
Well, anything you want, it's here.
Okay.
Next, we head north to the Kentucky River Ridge region. Janet Tobler of Covington, Kentucky, hand makes beautiful pottery. She uses terracotta clay because of the rich, natural color. Janet likes to contrast the rough texture of the clay with smooth glazes and metallic finishes. The bourbon, horses, and history region comes next, and with it, something to eat. With plenty of bourbon, of course. Art Eatables out of Louisville artfully crafts small batch bourbon truffles and is going to teach us all about them. I told you, this was a local traveler's paradise.
So I'm here with Kelly Ramsey, and you are the chocolatier and the owner of Art Eatables.
Yes.
Which sounds like a pretty fun job.
It is. If I play with bourbon and chocolate all day, what's not fun about that?
I mean, that's pretty wonderful. Tell me a little bit about, I know you said that each one has its own personality, its own profile.
Right.
What are some of the more kind of just basic, when someone's first tasting this, things they're looking for? Like you said, kind of a woody taste. Is there like vanilla and some of those?
Yes, vanilla, woods are going to be your most common.
Well, are we going to get to try some and see if we can taste some differences?
We're going to try the Maker's Mark, and this is the
Okay.
one we make for makers. It's a 2-bite process.
Okay.
The first bite, you're going to get
I'm glad you told me that. I might have just like with my fish,
just
shoved
throw
it all in there.
So,
Yeah.
but you're going to take, the first bite you'll get a lot of the chocolate flavors.
Okay.
And the second bite you're going to get the caramel, the vanilla, and then the bourbon will come through, and it'll stay a nice bourbon finish at the end.
Okay.
So cheers.
Okay, yeah, cheers.
So you get the chocolate. Mm-hmm. And the more you roll it around, you're going to get a little bit of the bourbon come through. But it's sweet and not overpowering.
Wow.
But they're all different. This is how this one plays out, but the other ones play differently.
Wow, that is so good. I really expected when I bit into it that like bourbon was going to fly out everywhere, but
Right.
it's so nicely incorporated into the chocolate.
Right, it's a good balance. So it's a good balance for both the chocolate and the bourbon. So it's not being overpowered by either one. So thank you for letting us educate people. I appreciate that.
Yeah, anytime I can eat chocolate and bourbon and call that education, I am there. Was that a class offered in school somewhere?
I think I missed
major in
that.
Yeah.
I did.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We have traveled through all 9 regions, and now we're headed for the border to Kentucky's Appalachian neighbor, Tennessee. Just like Kentucky, Tennessee also has its fair share of highly skilled and talented artists. Our Appalachian region has a rich heritage in arts and crafts. First up is Caveman and Cummins Studio from Newmarket, Tennessee. Terry Caveman and Martha Cummins handcraft beautiful and functional furniture, accessories, and gift items of domestic and exotic woods.
Okay, so I'm here with Terry Cadman of Cadman and Cummings, and she has some beautiful woodworking here, and I'm excited to talk to her a little bit and just find out kind of how did you get into this? This stuff is so beautiful.
Well, thank you very much for the compliment and for having me. I always liked dabbling with wood, and then in my mid-40s I decided that I was going to do something more with it. So I quit my corporate job and I went to—
That takes a leap of faith.
Oh, it does, and maybe a little bit of stubbornness too. But
right. Well, and you have this beautiful, this is a music stand.
Yes.
And it is gorgeous.
Yes, this is all hand carved out of genuine Honduran mahogany.
Oh, wow.
And I did it to represent 2 leaves overlapping.
Sure.
But what's really wonderful about a piece like this is that everyone actually sees something different in it.
Right.
Okay. Some people see the leaves overlapping. Some people see angel wings.
Sure.
Others say it looks like whale tails.
I think what I like about these pieces is they're functional.
Oh yes.
But yet they really are visual, artistic pieces on their own.
Yeah, they really set a tone. When you go into a home and it has something like this, it's almost like that feeling you get in nature where it's like, I'm home.
Right.
You know, if I can capture just a little bit of that beauty that I see out there and bring it into the home for everyone to enjoy, I'm happy.
About 40 miles east of Newmarket, Tennessee is where our next artists reside. The Lewis Family Crafts is from Cosby, Tennessee, and they make all kinds of functional items for your kitchen and more.
Well, I'm here with Gina Lewis from Lewis Family Crafts, and they are based out of Cosby, Tennessee.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about what you have here. I see that it's a lot of beautifully wood-crafted items that are for the kitchen, right?
Right. I like to cook. And he likes to eat, so
That's
we're
good.
good.
You make a good pair.
Right.
Well, tell me about some of the items you have. Like, for instance, we were looking at this cheese button here. Now, this is pretty cute.
This is to hold your cheese.
Right.
So when you're slicing or grating it, you don't have to touch the cheese.
That's wonderful.
So
I can tell you're somebody that thinks about these things. What's going to be functional and practical?
Right.
You see there's a need, you're cutting it and thinking, that we need to design something and
Right.
get it designed.
Right. And that's how a lot of our ideas are born. you
Sure.
know, is because I need something.
Well, you even have a mojito muddler.
Oh, yes. We made them as a pestle for years, but everybody wanted something for the mojito, so we just changed the name.
There you go. I'm coming back to shop. This stuff looks great.
Kentucky Crafted is a local traveler must. This event yields high-quality arts, crafts, literature, music, hands-on learning, food, and more. You will get introduced to some of the best our region has to offer, and all under one roof. Make sure and map out your own tour of this award-winning event.
With over 200 artists to see and experience, this local traveler needs a rest. There was a visual feast of artistic eye candy in every nook and cranny of the Lexington Convention Center. Phew, I'm a bit parched from all this feasting. Seriously, anybody? Umbrella drink? I mean, a local traveler's paradise includes umbrella drinks. Oh, thank you.
Coming up on the Local Traveler. With the Kentucky Derby fresh on everyone's mind, I head to Bowling Green to check out fine silks and derby hats. We're at Marsh Inspirations to see some wonderful creations by local artisans. We get fashion tips from derby hats, a lesson hand-painting silk, and we feast our eyes on some gorgeous glass mosaics. Next, we head to Lexington to talk with Reimagined by Luna. We get a lesson from Kentucky crafted artist Melissa Osh on bookbinding using upcycled materials. some of which have been repurposed from horse barns. Join us as we get all dolled up for a Kentucky experience. And we even have a one-of-a-kind journal to jot down and record all of our fun. To learn more about the show, please visit us online at localtraveler.com.